Testing, testing. So, Scotty? Yeah. Cool. Well, first of all, I gotta tell you guys, that's an amazing album. I mean, I listened to about 7 times now, and it's incredible. I mean, it's top-notch, world-class stuff. So thanks for doing that for all us rock guitar fans out there, and hot drawing as well.
Yeah.
What you guys first met during Idolize?
Yeah. Yeah, I met Phil first day I did a rehearsal with Idolize, and was blown away immediately, and I have been ever since.
So you guys were trying to become members of Idolize?
Well, I was actually one of the original members of the band, and there was a bit of a guitar change that happened. They wanted to go sort of a heavier direction, the management did, and so that's when they brought Scotty in, and he'd done quite a bit of session work with Miles.
Yeah.
At that point, you and I had
around town. Yeah, I'd already been a session player for quite a while, and you know, these guys were looking for guitar players. So a lot of people, when they said we're looking for a guitar player, mentioned my name. I think they heard it about 10 times, and then it's like, well, check it out.
Yeah. Did you guys enjoy being in that band?
Yeah, it was. I think overall we did. I mean, it wasn't really stylistically what we were really into. And sometimes Tad, the singer and the main writer in the band, would get a bit choked at us because we'd always, you know, in rehearsal we'd be playing something like who was that bass player guy we once used to play?
Jeff Berlin.
Yeah, Jeff Berlin tunes.
I remember this one sound check we were at, and they're like, our guys aren't Idolize. No way, we're playing this just like mega fusion bass thing, right? But also Miles, the bass player in Idolize, who is still a session player, is an incredible player.
Yeah.
And we still do a lot of session work with him. Unfortunately, he wasn't on the record with us, but we did it without him.
How do you guys describe your music on Rez? I guess it's safe to say that if you like Jeff Beck, you'll like Rez. Not that it's rip-off of Beck or anything.
No, but it is.
There, but
I'm sorry, Steve.
It's okay.
Absolute influence there. I have to own up to that for sure. I've always been a big fan of Jeff's since I can remember, even starting to get good on guitar, which I'm sure you are too, being a guitar player. It's like shit, I'll never be able to do that. But yeah, I stayed up late a lot of nights working on guitar records. Not just him. I was a Hendrix fan and stuff like that too, and you know. But yeah, Jeff's been a big influence. Yeah.
I see here in your bio here that you mentioned Jeff, but you say that your number one idol is Django Reinhardt.
Absolutely.
But you're not making the Gypsy Jazz CD?
No. You know what? I'm happy I don't feel that bad because no one else has made an album like Django's either. I don't think there's many guitar players that have ever touched that guy as far as creativity and just, you know, he's kind of that guy from the past that is a trendsetter, I think, you know. For so many players, I mean, there's a lot of great players out there that say the same thing, and I think the more you listen to them, even though it is really period sounding and stuff, Steve, man, I mean, some of the runs with action like this, you know, and like playing acoustic guitar, it's like,
and his fingers were burnt to begin with and missing and stuff. He was mangled to begin with.
Fingers fused together in a fire. Because he was a broke gypsy, no money, nothing. I think when he came here to tour, he never even brought a guitar. And check this out, he'd never played electric guitar, and they gave him an electric guitar. You know, like a lot of jazz guys, they don't really adapt to it. Walked right in.
Right?
Boom. Yeah.
You didn't see him play?
No.
That was before your time.
long before my time, yeah.
I want to ask you a couple of tunes on here. You've got the one by Nitin Sawhney, is that how you pronounce that?
Oh yeah, Nitin Sawhney.
That's a beauty. I mean, that's sort of got that back, like pump, or is it the Black album, There in Black album that he had out?
Yeah. Yeah, Nitin Sawhney's really big in Britain.
Oh yeah?
He's just not really known here.
Is he an East Indian guy?
Yeah, he is, and he sort of marries classical East Indian music together with like Western music. And so he'll hire like a real East Indian singer to come in and play over. I think he's actually a guitarist himself, Nitin Sawhney.
Nobody knows him here though. He's not known at all.
No, he's not known at all here, and it's just such a beautiful song.
So you got turned on to his albums, did you?
Yeah, I've been in Britain a few times and saw the hype, and it's like, wow, the guy's playing the Royal Albert Hall and shit like that, and it's, I think the East Indian community here knows of him, you know?
Actually, that was the first tune that we hooked up on. We hadn't seen each other for about 3 years, and we were hanging out with a buddy, and we thought, let's just get together and try and record a tune and see what happens. And Scotty was talking about this great Nitin Sawhney tune.
Yeah.
That was the kind of beginning of it.
Is your version similar to his?
Yeah, except a lot of the guitar kind of emulating of the East Indian thing was actually vocals. And it was kind of weird to try and transpose it onto guitar and stuff. But, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
That's
I'd love to do another one with his, actually.
that really cool whammy stuff, eh? Where you're trying to mimic the bending.
A lot of the vocal and fluctuations, yeah.
I mean, there's I think every song is good, but that's one of the ones that stand out. How'd you come to record the Stevie Wonder thing?
You know what?
Main man?
Him and I have been a really big fan for years, and we talked about a few songs, and I was looking at old ones, like even as far back as My Sharia More, not that we were going to do that one, but I was looking that far back, and I bought a CD, and I hardly remembered Overjoyed, but he knew it right away, and I phoned him and I went, I'm sitting here in tears, man. He's like, why? And I'm going, because I found the Stevie Wonder song that we should do. And right away he went, you're right, that's the song we should do. So we hadn't really thought of it, but it was on this compilation CD that I bought with all the old stuff on it. And yeah, I was blown away by it.
Is Stevie's version instrumental too, or does he sing?
No, he sings it.
So he's singing the melody that you play? We'll check that one out. What compilation
it's really
is it?
cool, man.
You know? Is it an older
It was
one?
just the greatest hits. It's got kind of a brown cover.
I'll check it out on Amazon.
Musicarium or something. It's one of those.
It's probably on that as well, but I think it might have been originally from In Square Circle.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe that's
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about some of the guests on the album. Fergus Marsh, Chaplin Stick, that's the bass. Chaplin Stick bass.
That was Phil's connection.
Yeah, I did a few different album projects with him, and he's Hugh Marsh's brother.
Oh, is he? Okay.
The violinist in Toronto.
Yeah.
And he's just I mean, it's such a unique sounding instrument that we were trying to think of what we could do. You know, that was about tune number 7 in the project. We were about that far along, and we just wanted to come up with something a little bit different sonically, and we thought, oh, it'd be a really cool instrument to have on there.
Yeah. And where do you know Glenda Ray from? She does a great vocal track on here.
Oh, on Heritage, yeah. That was Phil, too.
Yeah, she's another person that I've worked with a fair bit, you know, sort of recording on her material and whatnot. And she's a great singer from Vancouver, and she has her own original project as well. So,
I see. So Nitin Sawhney, he got to hear your version. It says.
Yeah, he did actually. I emailed it to him.
Oh yeah.
And he's got his website in Britain and stuff like that. So I emailed it to him, and he got back to us, and. You know, he sounds like a super nice guy, very humble and stuff, and he says, I feel honored, I love your version, and stuff. Yeah, he was really sincere sounding guy. It was cool, because Yeah, he's huge over there, man. Yeah. It's unreal. Yeah.
So you guys recorded it recorded by Phil Robertson, the Crawl Space. Is that your home studio?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
How long did the guys take you from beginning to end on this project?
We did it over a long period of time, like.
Probably 2 years.
I'd go after work sometimes, Steve, and go on Wednesday nights, and I usually had Mondays off, and we'd do Mondays for a while. So, like, usually a day a week, kind of, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we do, you know, we had a really good routine where you either come Monday or you come Wednesday night. But
we always got work done like that. Yeah. And there was no laboring on takes, was there?
Not at all.
It was always like, okay, here's the part, and there was a real magic the way that all happened. It was never a fight, you know, for the right thing to play, which.
Every solo, pretty much every solo was maybe 2 takes at most. A lot of times they were first takes, and it was just so, you know, so perfect. It was like, he'd be like, yeah, maybe I should redo that. And I'm like, no, we're moving on.
So you come in with some ideas, and then Phil would put his bits in?
You know what, Steve? I never ever worked out any solos before I went in there. I made a point of that. So it would have lots of spontaneity, although I knew the chord changes really well. And it was almost a little game I was playing with myself, like, okay, no, you're not working out nothing. You're going to go in and you're going to play it. Wow. And because I really love that spontaneity thing, and I've always noticed as a session player, the more you labor on things, the worse it gets, you know, and how, like, contrived and stuff like that, and then you start relying on guitar player tricks and your licks that you got up your sleeve, this kind of ace that you pull out, you know? Yeah. That never really came into play, which was really cool. You know? Cool. That was my own little game. Yeah. And, yeah.
Speaking of tricks, you do a little bit of neck tapping on track 4, or track 4, is it Darkroom? A little bit of finger tapping, I think, on there?
No, I do.
I
do it on Hurricane.
Hurricane. Okay. And you were telling me before that you sort of picked up that from
Harvey Mandel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just happened to be listening to him.
73 or something.
That meeting you had with him again?
They were playing at the Cave, and they were opening for Ike and Tina Turner, but I went to see Harvey. And I just walked backstage, and no one said a word. So it's like I knock on the door, his wife comes to the door, and I go, is Harvey here? And she goes, no, he just went to get paid. You want to come back? And so he came back, and the first thing he said is, do you have something to smoke? And so anyway, I hung out, and I asked him, I said, hey, do you think I could try your guitar? Like any kid, right? Yeah. And he goes, sure. Oh, I think I was about 18 or something like that. And he said, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I started playing one of his songs, Wrong. And he goes, here, kid, come here. This is how it goes. And I went, wow, that's cool. So I just, you know, it's like rush home with your girlfriend. Yeah, good night. Rush home to the guitar and steal everything that I could remember out of it.
Well, finger tapping.
Yeah.
Cool. And you never seen that before?
No, and I'd never, this is years before Eddie Van Halen or anything, but he did it differently, kind of. It was more like a violin or something, like you couldn't really hear the attack, because there's no pick, right? Yeah. You know, I think Van Halen really hit it hard when he kind of, you know, he was really hitting that fingerboard. This is more kind of stroking it a little bit. Right, it's really neat, interesting.
Why did you guys pick Rez as the name for your project and the CD title? Any relevance there?
Phil came up with that name, actually, and I liked it, but he may have some insight into that.
Well, we were kind of batting a few names around, and one of them was High Res. We thought that might be kind of a cool idea, and then it just kind of got short, and we sort of liked the starkness of of it just being res, and somehow it's just seemed more memorable or unique to me.
You stole a couple of umlauts from Blue Oyster Cult there.
What's that?
Stole a couple of umlauts, a little.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You'll see.
Right. Right.
Never noticed.
We were gonna call it Robertson Hall.
Yeah.
But then we just kind of, I don't know. It's kind of ordinary. You know.
Two ordinary Scotsmen.
Two Scotsmen. Yeah.
So Phil, I see here that you backed up Ray Charles on live TVs.
Yeah, on a couple of what was it called, Variety Club telephones.
All right. Okay.
Which, I mean, you know, that is what it is. It's not that huge a thing, but I mean, that was really a thrill. I mean, just actually the best part of it, I keep telling people, was rehearsing in the basement of the QE Theater with him, like, and nobody around, just him sitting there playing.
Great.
It was so cool to just sit in the same room with the guy, like an absolute legend. Yeah. That was neat.
Who else was at that rehearsal? Him and you.
Bill Sample was the MD on that. He did that, MDing it for years and years. And Dane DeViller was on guitar, and Brian Newcomb on bass. And so it was a little small group, you know. But,
you guys had all worked together doing session work quite a bit too, right?
Yeah.
Before that.
For years, yeah.
So it says in your bio that you played on more than 100 records for labels like Warner, Elektra, Atlantic. What's your, if you had to pick one that you're most proud of, which would it be?
I think, you know what, the thing I'm most proud of is the games, like the NBA games, and there was a promotional video that they used, the NBA actually used it internationally to promote the NBA, that was recorded here at Electronic Arts. And that, I mean, it was just such smoking material. That for me is, I'm most proud of that, yeah.
Is it a song that you wrote, or a piece of music that you wrote?
No, it was an arranger named Traz Jamdi. He's like an East Indian guy, just a smoking arranger producer. He was like on contract for EA, so nobody knew who he was except the EA people, right? So you worked for him too, right?
I worked on the Need for Speed, that game, you know, race car game. I did all guitar tracks on that. But you know, a lot of the reason that we did this is kind of what you're saying about what are you most proud of, you know, and it's like, as session players, you kind of got to wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
And so we really wanted to do something that represented us. It's like a lot of that other stuff isn't really what we're into, you know. So I think this most represents us personality-wise as players, because we were never in a band of our own to be able to be a Beck or something like that. Yeah. So I think we just wanted to go out on a limb and do it. And man, we sure had fun doing it, you know.
I think that's just being two people too. We've said before, being two people was really easy. Like, you know.
Yeah, it was.
We see things so much the same musically that it was just a joy. I mean.
Yeah, like agreeing on takes and stuff like that was so easy. It's like, well, this is it. Yeah, you're right, man. That's it. And when there was a no, which was very seldom, it was like 50% saying no. So it's like, okay, that's history. Yeah. You know? Whereas if you had a third guy going, well, you know, I kind of like half of the first one, and the second one has its merits too, you get all confused and kind of fucked up that way. But,
Phil sent me this today, and I'm happy to see that a follow-up is already underway.
Yeah. We've got pretty much three new tunes on the go here. So, cool. And it's a little different, Scotty? This time, like the stuff that we're working on now is maybe a slightly more jazzy.
A little bit jazzy, yeah. Nothing that a high watt wouldn't take care of, though.
Good one. Take the J right out of jazz.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, I think that pretty well covers all the questions that I had.
Oh, that's cool, Steve.
So I guess you sort of got dropped a bit of a bombshell there by your doctor, though. He told you that you're in a pretty dangerous situation there.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that change your approach to music at all?
Well, it hasn't,
does it
except
now?
I'm just going through this treatment phase and stuff right now.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's really tiring. I still got to go through chemo, which is going to be really hard, I think.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, it was so ironic that the time we finished the project, you know, I got diagnosed.
Yeah.
And, hey, I'm going to fight it as hard as I can, Steve.
Yeah.
That's all I can say, you know.
Yeah. Well, best of luck with that, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Because you guys are making some wicked music. We gotta keep it coming, you know?
That's really
for years
cool to hear, Steve. You know, especially coming from another guitar player and stuff. No, really.
I'm not exactly in the same league as you, but I mean, I listen to a lot of Jeff Beck, and you know, not that obviously you're not trying to copy him, but I mean, I would say that you're in equal talent. So that's why I really wanted to, and Phil as well as any drummer that I've ever heard. You guys are top notch. You getting any other press from anybody? Yeah, actually, I heard Rob said that you were getting some play on CFM while they're chatting in the background.
Yeah.
I think I heard some yesterday. Yeah, it was on Dean and Hatch.
Yeah, that's
and there it was. I thought it was Beck again. Yeah.
They've been really nice.
Plugs for that, or?
I'm sorry,
Any
Phil.
plugs or?
They've been mentioning her name, and
they featured a track one day. I mean, it's not really in their play format.
Yeah, I know.
But they did play a track one day. I'm actually not sure which track. I was trying to get it out of Rob. But they've been playing almost all of them on.
And I bet you a lot of people are calling up and saying, "Who's that you're playing in the background there?"
Yeah.
You know what's cool? They used to play a lot of Jeff Beck.
Yeah, and Satriani too, I think.
Yeah, that's right, like surfing with the alien and shit like that.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Can we mention our website in this? I mean, if people are liking what they're hearing, they can actually buy it online.
I'll mention it's right there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, e-res.net.
Yeah.
I checked that out.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. You know of any shows coming up? I guess it's hard to.
Probably after my treatment.
Yeah.
It's going to be a few months, I think.
Right.
Unfortunately.
They're planning to run this story sometime in March. They had some other ones that are hooked into concerts, so there's no concert to hook this into, so I'm going to put it in the can and hopefully run it in March, by mid-March, hopefully. So cool. Do a good job on it.
Appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, man.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Great.
Yeah.